One of the most worrying and troubling things at Manchester United has been the match-going fans singing Ruben Amorim's name since last season, despite him massively underperforming. The match-going fans have let their standards drop drastically and appear to have embraced what is far below average football. They should expect much more from the club. Any manager of a club the size of Man United should be sacked without question if they oversee such horrendous performances, stats and finishing position that Amorim coached. Multiple managers in the seat before him were sacked for much less. A basic ask for any coach is to get the most out of the players available to him, and Amorim proved that he is unable to do that. Ruben Amorim has been a name that many have associated with managerial potential, especially after his success at Sporting CP. However, there has been a growing consensus that his time at Manchester United should be coming to an end. While Amorim's tenure at Sporting was marked by tactical astuteness and a youth-focused, progressive approach, things have not gone as planned since his move to Old Trafford. In this video, we'll break down the reasons, divided into subheadings, why Manchester United should sack Ruben Amorim. We will cover tactical failures, player dissatisfaction, lack of trophies, his struggles in high-pressure situations, and why his managerial style might not fit with the legacy and expectations of a club like Manchester United. 5. Inconsistent tactical approach. One of the primary reasons why Ruben Amorim's tenure at Manchester United has been underwhelming is his inconsistent tactical approach. Defensive fragility. Amorim, known for his solid defensive setups at Sporting, has struggled to bring that same level of organization to Manchester United. In many key games, his defensive line has looked exposed, allowing easy counterattacks and basic mistakes. This is a major issue as fans had the same complaints under the previous manager that Amorim replaced, with a view of improving such aspects, and in fact it is worse. United's defensive stability has been one of their weakest areas this season under Amorim. Positional play and transitions. Amorim has tried to implement a high-pressing system with Manchester United, but it's been inconsistent. United has often looked disjointed during transitions, failing to win the ball back quickly after losing it, leaving them vulnerable. Yes, his possession-based style of play has also been disrupted by the club's lack of technical ability in midfield, especially without a consistent controller and Bruno Fernandes' erratic performances at times, leaving many fans asking for Amorim to adapt his style. Which brings us to inflexibility. One of the criticisms of Amorim's approach is his tactical inflexibility. Even when United face teams with a similar style or weaker opposition, Amorim often insisted on playing a similar game plan regardless of the context. Manchester United's lack of tactical adaptation has been evident, with Amorim seeming hesitant to change formations or game plans when the team is struggling. 4. Player dissatisfaction and lack of development. A significant issue with Amorim's managerial style is his inability to fully develop players and the growing sense of player dissatisfaction at Old Trafford. Underperforming players. Many of Manchester United's players have failed to perform at the level expected under Amorim. Despite having some capable players at his disposal, Amorim has not been able to get the best out of them, which has left fans frustrated and questioning his methods. Development of young players. One of the primary reasons Ruben Amorim was brought into Manchester United was his success at nurturing young talents at Sporting. However, the emergence of young players has not been as rapid under Amorim's watch as anticipated. Some youth players who have shown potential have not had a look in, or struggled for minutes, despite senior players underperforming, and Amorim's insistence on continuously using certain senior players rather than trusting in youth development has caused unrest in some factions of the fanbase. Tactical alienation of key players. The lack of cohesion between Amorim and certain players has been telling. Many players from all areas of the pitch have struggled in Amorim's system. This could be due to the tactical demands Amorim places on players, who may have sometimes benefited from slightly tweaked instructions, and certainly many instances have called for alternative tactics, but Amorim didn't change them, despite opposition or type of game. Under Amorim, players have often been caught out of position or seen drifting out of games or being used in a less effective role. 3. Failure in big matches. Another major issue with Amorim is his failure to deliver in big matches. In a club with the stature of Manchester United, winning crucial fixtures, be it in the Premier League, FA Cup, or European competition, is a necessity. European failure. After such an abysmal Premier League season, Man United's hopes to put some light on the campaign rested in the Europa League, where United had actually made a good account of themselves, reaching the final while being unbeaten. However, that was all thrown away after a Premier League-style awful performance and loss against Prem side Tottenham, who had previously beaten United 3 times during the season, with the Europa final win being the 4th out of 4 wins over Amorim's men. The win gave Spurs their first trophy in 17 years and was seen as an embarrassment for United, though that outcome was largely expected. Poor league record. Amorim's record in the Premier League has been dismal. United won just 6 of the 25 matches under Amorim, drawing 6 and losing 13. In that time, they failed to score in 10 of those games. Tactical naivety against high-pressing teams and bigger sides has been clear, with Amorim being outwitted by numerous coaches, including coaches who arrived in the league after he did, who also didn't have their own players but improved the players at their disposal. Lack of adaptability in high-stakes games. Amorim's inability to make necessary changes in high-stakes games has been a consistent problem. United has been guilty of starting slow in key moments and failing to adapt quickly enough when things go wrong. 2. The lack of team progression. Manchester United's long-term ambitions are clear: trophies, titles, and global dominance. Under Amorim, however, the goal and expectation for the time being was to show improvements and that the team is heading in the right direction. The club has failed to capture that since his arrival. Failure to win major competitions. Despite spending vast amounts on new signings, Amorim has not delivered the big trophies. United's poor FA Cup and League Cup campaigns, along with the dismal Europa League final performance under his leadership, have led to an overall lack of achievement. A manager at Manchester United's level needs to be producing consistent results in both domestic and international competitions, but Amorim has failed to step up to that challenge. Pressure from fans and ownership. Manchester United fans have been growing impatient. The club has not won the Premier League title since Sir Alex Ferguson's retirement, and after years of underachievement, Amorim's inability to change the narrative or even show improvements and progression has led to increasing frustration among the fanbase. Fans have seen no tangible improvement, and the performances have often been lackluster. 1. Amorim's style is not fit for Manchester United. Lastly, and perhaps most importantly, Ruben Amorim's style of play and overall philosophy does not align with what Manchester United demands from its managers. Tactical pragmatism over excitement. Amorim's focus on rigid tactical discipline has been effective in some matches, but Manchester United fans expect a brand of attacking football, something synonymous with the club's history. Amorim's system often feels too cautious, relying on counterattacks and avoiding risks, rather than pushing the boundaries of attacking football. It's clear his philosophy does not excite the fans, nor does it push Manchester United into an era of dominance once again. Philosophical clash with Manchester United DNA. Manchester United's identity has always been associated with high-octane, fearless football, with players like George Best, Eric Cantona, and Cristiano Ronaldo leading the charge. Amorim's more conservative approach might work for clubs with less pressure, but it fails to match the lofty ambitions of a club like United. His cautious nature undermines the core principles that have made Manchester United successful over the decades. While Ruben Amorim has shown managerial promise at Sporting, his time at Manchester United has been riddled with tactical failure, underperformance in big games, and an overall lack of silverware. United needs a manager who can bring both tactical sophistication and the attacking, dynamic football that has been missing in recent years. It's time for Manchester United to move on and find a manager who can return the club to its former glory. Whether that means finding a manager with more experience in high-pressure environments or someone who can better connect with the squad and fans, Ruben Amorim's time at Old Trafford should come to an end.